This morning, rap mogul JayZ is denying allegations he sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include JayZ. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was sexually assaulted by both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000. In a blistering statement, JayZ accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?" He added, "My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people." Joining us now, Joey Jackson, CNN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor. There's a lot to unpack here. Joey, I want to start with just the statement from JayZ, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it. It's long, where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible at this point?
So based on the allegations, Jessica, good morning, good to see you. I think that it certainly could be. Why do I say that? Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement.
Yeah.
He has a family and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because rape in New York, and what's alleged in this complaint, is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down, raped her, and that, of course, the allegation is that Mr. Combs did the same thing. And so if those facts are actually accurate, it would require an investigation by prosecutors. And if true, right, you could pursue it criminally. Now, with respect to evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right, more than 24 years ago. But in the allegations, there's a few things. Number one, there's allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left, that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress. Number three, that she phone called her dad, who showed up, the 13-year-old, and now removed her. So civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and, you know, we'll see what happens if the DA looks and investigates.
So what happens now?
So what happens now is this is simply a civil complaint. And in a civil complaint, it goes through the technical legal process. Now, the distinction, Jessica, between civil and criminal, of course, is that civil is for monetary damages, right? The system can only reward you with money. There's allegations that this 13-year-old is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, suffered depression, etc. So now you go to fact-finding, right? Before that, just briefly, there was a demand letter sent. And a demand letter is a letter being sent by a lawyer saying, hey, I don't have to sue you. We can sit, we can mediate it. If we reach an agreement, it never sees the light of day. JayZ saying, I don't care about your demand letter. I look at it as blackmail. You want to sue me, sue me. You want to look at it criminally, look at it criminally, but it'll go through the fact-finding process. If a trial is necessary to determine the facts, that's what will happen, but it'll be deemed civil. No indication at this point as to whether or not any criminal investigation will ensue as a result of this.
Yeah, and JayZ came back incredibly forcefully against these allegations and really singled out that attorney as well. Yes. For being, I'm paraphrasing here, but greedy, saying he's out to get money, yes, and calling that letter essentially blackmail.
Yeah, and in addition to that, Jessica, also suing the attorney, saying he's intimidating him, harassing him, etc. Now, demand letters are not new. What lawyers do is they send them out as a matter of protocol and practice so that you can expedite the process. At the same time, there's certain ethical standards that you have to use, and you have to have a good faith factual belief that this is true. Now, you can argue this complaint was filed in October, right? Could have mentioned JayZ then. You didn't. Why? It was amended now to include him. Are the factual assertions true? Are they fact or fiction? Is it a money grab or not? All of that will be litigated in a court of law, but according to JayZ, this never happened, is pure fiction. It is a money grab, and he's fighting for his name, reputation, and certainly innocence and justice in his view, which is he didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, and you touch on point two that I wanted to ask you about, which was that this was an amended This was an amendment to this already existing lawsuit. What are people to take away from that? The fact that they're coming back and adding to this now with this specific name?
Yeah, Jessica, so it depends. That's also common. You could amend lawsuits, right, as a matter of course, and you do, to include certain factual allegations. The interesting thing to me in terms of your question and the takeaway, if you had this information about JayZ, it happened allegedly in September of 2000, why not include it in the original complaint? What happened between October and now that necessitated you putting in, and it's a question of credibility. Was he celebrity A, right, as was noted in the October complaint? Is this pure fiction? And what's interesting in the complaint is he really, that is the lawyer, tries to tie JayZ to Mr. Combs in so many ways, right? Birds of a feather is the argument that he's making. You can make that argument. You need the facts to sustain it. Let's see if they come up with any facts.
All right, we will see. All right, Joey Jackson, thanks so much.
JayZ, the star rapper and entrepreneur whose real name is Shawn Carter, is embroiled in a controversy after he was accused in a lawsuit, of doing the unthinkable to a 13-year-old girl. That was in the year 20 or allegedly, along with Sean Diddy Combs. The anonymous accuser has been identified only as Jane Doe, and she said this happened after she was driven to an MTV Video Music Awards after party. And prior to the alleged incident, the woman claimed Sean Diddy Combs, who has been accused of so many times in different cases, she said that it involved, trafficking and racketeering of her, and of course these are the same charges which Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of. And of course, in an amended civil complaint, the woman alleged that she was, done a couple of unthinkable stuff by Combs, who is 55, and of course we all know JayZ is also 55 years old, while an unnamed female celebrity watched during the party in New York City residence. The initial complaint, which did not reference JayZ's name, was filed in October, and the lawsuit was amended later to add allegations against JayZ that he had also participated with Diddy in this alleged incident. According to the complaint, the accuser actually was invited to the after party by a limousine driver who claimed to work for Combs, and told her that the module liked young girls, and of course she was feeding what Diddy was actually looking for at a time. The plaintiff alleged when she arrived at the after party, she was asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement and was later given a drink that she believes had been intoxicated. The plaintiff said she was later approached by Combs Diddy, who had crazed look in the eyes, and who allegedly told her, "You are ready to party," according to the complaint. The accuser further alleged Diddy then threw her toward a wall, causing her to fall. She got up and stumbled, at which point Diddy allegedly grabbed her again and threw her onto the bed. And of course, the unthinkable had to take place. And then later, also JayZ removed the clothes and held her down as he did the unthinkable. Man, these are scary stuff in this moment in time, but of course we hope that these incidents actually are not true, or we hope that things turn out so well to this lady, and of course to the two people who are being accused. Of course, JayZ has come out to defend himself, saying that these baseless claims, and of course they are going to affect his family and of course even his fans. We are waiting to see how this whole incident unfolds, but man, these are really scary allegations, and we hope things turn out well to both parties.